Welcome, welcome, beautiful people. My name is Neka, and if you're here today, it's not by accident. I help working moms build their freedom online via digital marketing. So, to reclaim their time, build their confidence, and build a future for themselves. So, yeah, welcome to my life, my life. Welcome. Before I dive in, where are you all joining me from? Where are you all joining me from? If you could drop it in the comments in the chat, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, I live in sunny London, England. So, well, it's sunny today. So yeah, I live in London, England. And yeah, and are you correct? Who here is currently in a job or looking for work or in between jobs, made redundant on the verge of redundancy or trying to build something new? Just also drop that in the comments because I would love to know my audience. Because for me, it's always good to know who you're serving, right? So, yeah. So if whatever your job situation is or not, please drop it in the comments so I know. And if you're watching this on the replay, also drop that in the comments as well, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. So before I start, as I said, my name is Neka. I live in sunny London. I got made redundant this year. No, back in summer this year, I got made redundant. And when I got the news, it was a bit of a shock. But in all fairness, this is my second redundancy, so it's not like you get toughened up for it. I didn't. I think I wasn't toughened up for it. I was performing, but I was working for a consultancy. They couldn't find a role for me. They couldn't find me a client, so they had to let me go. Obviously, I was sitting down doing nothing, so that was fair enough. But it still wasn't nice. If that makes any sense. And then the question becomes, now what do I do? You know, what would this mean to me? And on reflection, I just thought, I'm going to start something because I had mom guilt already. I've not been able to take my son to school. Literally, I've not been able to take him to school since I started school because he goes to a special school, which is literally 10 miles away from where we live. So I now have to be at my desk at 9 o'clock. So there was no way that was possible. So the little thought has to jump in the cab with other kids to go to school. Some people probably think it was fun, but for him, having a child with anxiety, that was not fun for him. So it was torture for basically it was torture for all of us going around. How can I make his day better? And that the guilt, the shame, what just ate me up. And then mom has Alzheimer's and dementia, and that's getting progressively worse. So I had these two pools. So when redundancy came, I thought, okay, maybe I can use this opportunity as something to as a way I can rebuild my life, do something for my family, do something for myself as well, you know. So I knew there was something online I could do, because I've seen people online, saying making money online, doing various things online. And I just wanted something I could do where I know I'll be supported. And that was one of my criteria. I wanted to be coached and mentored because I've tried to do something before and I got my finger badly burnt. So I knew I needed to be supported. But what the from that support we take, I wasn't quite sure, but I just knew if the support was there, that'd be fantastic. And so when I went looking online and I found I found these proven blueprints that literally teaches you digital marketing as a complete and total beginner. Bearing in mind, I knew nothing. And I knew nothing about digital marketing. I knew nothing about being in the online space. I knew nothing about running a business. So, and that was why the support was important to me. And when I discovered Legacy, that just changed everything, literally, because it came with support. It came with done for you program that I could promote, was a high in demand e-learning program. It came with being part of your community. It came with I did not have to build a website. I didn't have to have technical skills. I could start as a complete and total beginner. And I didn't have to have a huge following. I didn't have to have all these things I used to think that, oh my God, to earn 10,000, 15, 20, 30, six figures, you have to have all these things behind you. I didn't have any of that. And that was, for me, that was a relief. Because I just, for once, I knew I didn't need those things. Once I knew that, I was like, okay, now what do I need? Who do I need to become to make this work? And that was where, the mindset work came in, because I have to basically go from being an employee, getting a paycheck every month, to me basically deciding my own future. Be that is a business, Albeit that, okay, I didn't learn the skills, but I had to learn the skills. And I had to learn the skills. I have to understand what I'm supposed to be doing. I had to connect to people, how to connect to customers, my clients. I had to learn all these skills. But the biggest skill I had to learn was what was going on in my mind. For me, that was a big game changer. Understanding that my mind held the key to my success. Because in a 9 to 5 job, I didn't use my mind, but in a way, when you start a business, when you start doing things for yourself, and there's no, basically you are your own support system effectively. There's no, I can't say, oh, let me talk to my boss about this. Let me talk to somebody else about this. This was just me. That just changed everything for me. I had to master my mind. So mindset coaching, mindset work became my all-consuming thing, because the strategies I could kind of like figure out, but taking action, being uncomfortable, saying things, being judged or not being judged. Am I good enough? Who am I to say this? Who am I to be here? Have I deserved this, to be talking to anybody? Who's going to listen to me? These are all the things that are flying through my head. Then the fear sometimes the fear was so paralyzing. It was like, whoa. Because when you're used to going to work, you went to university, or you got an education, you got a job, you've been trained, so you can kind of like know what you're doing. But this was like a completely new territory. Literally, it's a whole new ball game. And so all the fears and all these things have to be, I had to deal with those. I have to learn to manage those. And that was one of the things I learned, that learning, and it's still a journey. It's not like, oh my God, I've got you all sorted. Hell, not far from it. I'm still I'm still learning, and I'm still growing. I'm still on the journey. So if anyone can relate to this, just drop in the comment, please. If you try to start something and you just kind of like way out of your comfort zone, way is like I would the word comfort doesn't even come into it, right? And that's what I'm learning, that starting my own business, stepping out is fun. It's honestly, it is fun. You learn, you grow, you earn, but the challenge is staying focused, not being distracted by all the other stuff going around me. And that was, for me, that's the challenge, that staying focused. Okay, Neka, this is the goal. This is the goal. Let's go. But when at work, you have got your end of year appraisal, you got your boss to give you, okay, that was a good job, Neka. Here it's like, nobody's telling you what does a good job. You gotta figure out. So it's learning all this support system, how to manage your own emotions, how to manage your feelings, how to manage what is going on in your mind. And are you taking the right actions? Me sitting out here reading my emails, it's all well and good, but that's not going to get me money, right? It's engaging with my potential clients, coming here talking to you live. That's nerve-wracking. I don't think that's nerve-wracking, right? Because it's not something, it's out of my comfort zone. But do I have to do it? Absolutely. And these are the things you learn when you start this journey, because you're not going to be on your own. Because I've got, there's community support here for you. There's everything you need support here for you. And that's how, because I knew I had the support, it was actually a lot easier. It was because I knew I could jump on a live call, put my hand on and ask a question, and I got multimillionaire mentors that literally answer my questions. No question is too silly, no question is too long or too whatever. And, and that gave me confidence, knowing that, okay, going the right route, seeing the results also gives confidence. Seeing the actions and seeing the end result of those actions also builds confidence. And these are the things I've been building slowly in this business to get me going. you know so and when I got made redundant, it made me realize that I've been living someone else's dream. Sometimes we can't like fall into a job, no matter how high paying it is, no matter how well meaning it is. We just call into fall into it because it's good, it pays enough money. So maybe your friends were doing it, or you say, oh, I'll do that at university. Yeah, okay, I'll see how it goes. And then 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you're still doing the same thing, right? For me, I've always felt that I want to do something else, something where I'm impacting people more, instead of just making money for the bank. You know, how can I impact people more? How can I help people? That was what So for me, redundancy has given me an opportunity to kind of like go back to my core, go back to that thing I've always wanted to do. And if you understand this, please just drop in the comment, because it helps to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. My redundancy, I haven't seen. It's not for me. It's not. It hasn't been like, oh my god, it's gonna kill me. It's like almost like giving me a new lease of life. Literally, it's like giving me a new lease of life. Because it's helping me to start a whole new chapter. I can take my son to school. I can go be with mom. Right when I finish this life now, I'm gonna go pick up Zach from school. I've not been able to do that before. I know to some people are saying, oh yeah, what's the big deal? For me, it's a big deal. When you got a child that you can't even take your child to, not even for one day. Not even for one day. For me, so and these are the little benefits I'm seeing for my having my own business. Okay, it's flexible because it's automated. I've got a fully automated business, 24 hours a day, 7 days. My business is running for me, whether I'm online or offline. Literally, when I'm online off. If if you want to start something new, just drop beginning in the comment. You know, because there's there's a light at the end of the tunnel from redundancy. That's what I'm just because that's what I'm trying to say. There's a light at the end of the tunnel after redundancy. There's life after redundancy, and it's actually even better. I say it is better. Yes, it is better because going back to doing the same old wasn't going to work because it didn't even work in the past, right? So starting a new chapter, being the driver of my life was important to me. Well, if not, just put driver in the comments. If you want to take, if you want to be in control of your life, that's the second blessing it's giving me. I've also it's giving me alignment with my goals and my vision and what I truly in my core they want to do, which is coaching. And secondly, it's helping me start a whole new, complete new chapter. Which when you saw that you didn't think it was going to be possible, but now it's possible. So now, and that's what it's giving me to start a whole new chapter in my life. Literally. And being the driver, now I'm in control. I'm driving my own bus, my car, whatever vehicle you want to choose. I'm the driver now. So I know I'm not going to drive myself off the cliff, right? Because when you're in a 9 to 5 job, someone else is basically driving your life. They say, okay, you got a job today, fantastic. You got promoted, wow. You got a pay rise, wow. So you're waiting for someone else. Here, I'm deciding for myself. Is it scary? Yes, it is scary, but it's also amazingly fun. Why do I say that? I'm learning something new. I'm part of a community. I'm learning. I'm living my own dream. That means on my last day on this earth, I can literally put my hand on and say, you know what? Thank you, God. I did it. Literally. And that has always been one of my core drivers in life. I forgot all about that. That I've always said to myself, at the end of my days on earth, I don't want to be saying, I wish I did that. I wish I did. I took the opportunity. I wish I went there. I wish I ate that. I just want to enjoy that. Yeah, I might fall on my ass, might fall on my face, but that's okay. I'll pick myself up and get moving, because the fear of staying down and the fear of not even trying is even worse than the fear of failing. Put it that way, you know? And and sometimes it's the meaning we give to things that determines the outcome. Meaning is so important, because when I sat down, when the when I got told that, okay, Neka, you're being earmarked for redundancy, I was like, okay. I got time to process, but so I gave it a new meaning, because the old meaning of, oh yeah, okay, second time in a row, Neka, what would that mean to you? La la la. I didn't. I just thought, okay, I picked myself up. No, okay, wallowed. I said, okay, well, how can I make this work for me? So, I stopped drifting into someone else's dream and what I thought I should be doing. I started doing what I wanted to do. I started to design a whole new life for myself and my family. That that's what it's giving me. That I can now start to design a whole new life. As a driver, you can literally choose. You know what? Google Maps. I don't want to go there. Actually, I don't want to follow that route. I want to go this way. You can literally. You're the driver. You drive your own life, and that's a gift. That's a gift. So when that gift comes with support, you don't have to figure it out by yourself. And that's one thing I've come to learn, that by me stepping out of the status quo, or stepping out of the norm, I'm doing something for me, something I'm enjoying. It's stopping me from drifting through life, just kind of like hoping and wishing that something will happen that it will make everything the way I want it to be. So sometimes, as the saying goes, as with every adversity, something good comes out of it. So this is my something good. Me starting this journey, designing a whole new life for myself and my family, taking the being the claiming my power back. Yes, claiming my power back. That's important. It's important to claim your power back because when you keep giving your power away, after a while, you become the victim of life. Like things are always happening to you, not for you. I didn't want to be one of those people. So yes, I didn't want to be one of. I literally took back the reins. Let me drive. Let me set my own pension. Let me set my own working out. Let me set my own dreams, my own goal, my own vision. Let me be that. You know, after I've just been. I'm not going to say tell you sit down here and tell you, oh my God, it's been wonderful. There are some days I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? Literally, there's some days I'm like, oh God, Neka, what have you done? But most of the time, I just pick myself. I say, okay, I made this decision. I've got the support. I just go into the community, read a couple of posts, or do some mindset work, and then I'll get going. What action do I need to take today to move me forward to my destination? That's always my question. What action can I take today to move me forward? And even if he's just doing this video today, fantastic. Is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. But that's okay. At least I've started, my friends, right? I have started. I've started. You know, I decided to start choosing me to because when you start to do what you want to do, you start to rise, right? Drop a rise in the comment, my friends. Drop a rise in the comment because just say rise if you want to choose your own freedom, your own life, your own destiny, your purpose. You have to rise, right? You got to rise because it's by you rising that you're giving yourself permission to do all these things. Yes, yeah, I know it's going to be scary. Yeah, I know it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, I know I have to learn a lot, but I am learning, but I'm not on my own. I got a coach and a mentor. And this all came with legacy. One program gave me, I spent $900 and it came with coaching and mentoring. It came with 4 income streams. I didn't have to, I paid an extra $39 to have my website designed. Literally. So, my friends, go check out my bio. Download it. There's a free blueprint there. Download it and you can see it's practically a beginner friendly business because I'm a complete beginner. Not run a business before, let alone a successful one. So learning for someone who has been there, done that body t-shirt, that was for me personally, that was the reasonable way to go. Because I'm going to be learning from someone who's been there, done that. And that's what that was for me. That was just it. You know, learning and growing. And each day as taking action. Each day I'm learning something new. How to create content. How to engage with my audience. How to even go live. It's a skill. It's a skill. But here's the thing with legacy. Legacy teaches you a 2 hour workday concept. When you first start, it's not going to be 2 hours. That much I can promise you. Why? Because you have to learn the skill. Creating a video. Your first time I created a video it took me more than 30 minutes to create one video, 160-second video. Why? Because I was nervous. But once you master the art of doing it, 2 hour workday is possible. You get a fully automated business. You get your business is working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You do not have to be online. You can literally work this. It's a global business because you're harnessing the power of social media. It's rejection free. What does that mean to you? You don't call, you don't ask, you don't bother your friends and your family, you don't do a DM, you don't befriend anyone. Literally. You get community support. I talked about that before here. Community support with like-minded moms, parents, dads, grannies, auntie, uncles who want financial freedom, time freedom, who wants to build a life for themselves, with their purpose. And all these things will help you build your life, and it's helping me build my life, literally. And knowing that there's someone out there that that have that I can jump on a Zoom call. There's someone out there who's going to answer my message, answer my call, answer my question. That's comforting. Someone that out there is rooting for me. That's not my family member. It's amazing. Someone out there that says, Neka, your content, I think today, it's lacking a bit of energy. That's fantastic because it's helping me to get better and better. That's the whole idea. Every day, just get 1% better, 1% better, 1%. That's the whole ethos. It's also a business that helps you to learn the skills so you can average daily recurring income. Every daily recurring income. And for me, that was like, wow, thank you, Legacy. And thank me for having the guts to try something completely different, because it would have been easy for me to literally go back to, let's be honest, go back to 9 to 5, go get another job, do the same thing. But I was drowning, it wasn't working, you know. So if you're like me, a mom, and you're looking for something that you can do, and you can do this in between your job, you can do this with your 9 to 5 job, you can do this fully, you can do this whilst you're working, you can do this while you're in between job, you can even do this whilst you have another business, because the skills you learn here, it will help you with your other business. It's promoting high in demand products. That's it. You're promoting, that's it. You learn this skill. Digital marketing skills is high in demand. If you Google it, Forbes have estimated the digital space, the e-learning platform, e-learning industry to be $1 billion a day by 2027. That's not far. 2026 is just around the corner, right? 2027 is not far. And we're yet to scratch the surface, you know? So my friends, if this video awakened something inside you today, and if you're tired of waiting for the change and you want more with your family, you want to do more, you want to be more, you want to be present like me, let me see my notes, sorry. You're not, what I like to say is that sometimes we always think we're alone. We're all, that whatever we're going through is we're the only person doing it. The fact of the matter is there are thousands, millions of moms like me across the world just wanting something different for their family. The only difference is I am stepping in and I'm doing something about it. That's the only difference. And if that is you, if that's you want to build a freedom path for your family, you know, just go to my blueprint, my bio, download my blueprint, and check it out. Go check it out for yourself and see if it's for you. And if it's for you, fantastic. If it's not for you, go find that thing. I always say to people, never, ever, ever give up on your dreams, my friend. Never. See, your redundancy, your pause, your setback, but it's not the end of you. There are moments when you start something new, that something new becomes a new possibility for you, becomes a whole new way of life, a whole new way of being. And for me, you deserve something better. You deserve to feel the freedom you want, the life you want, the joy you want. How you don't want to start, you want to stop sacrificing your family for whatever, because this business gives you the chance to run. Is a family friendly business. No, there is no sacrifice. It's a business without sacrifice. If that's what you're looking for yourself, what you want, that come and join me on this journey, and let's rewrite our legacy, our lives, because this is a start of something new. You can literally rewrite your own script. Take care and bye for now.